I said corn, YouTube. She said, I'm letting people beat me left, right, and center. I was on a losing streak, but I just wanted people to get their rub. I want to uplift everybody. That terrible accent. I'm not going to be in wrestling forever. I'm coming to the end of it, and it's very soon. And I don't want to go out being like, I need to be on top. Yeah, well, that's how the business should go. You know what I mean? So good on her. Here is this is Awful Wrestling's analysis. So they lost to NXT, I guess, which we'll look at the numbers. But yeah, here's Awful's little edit here. 7 seconds.
Oh my God! You got to be kidding me!
Yeah, it is really a clown show. So I quote tweeted this here and I said, wanted smoke till the smoke came. Because if you guys remember, Tony Khan used to talk a lot of, and I see you chat. I'm getting a chat in a minute. Okay. Just let me get through some of this. Tony Khan.
Tony Khan.
He used to talk magic. And this is back in the day. He goes, thank you, great fans who made AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming a huge success for AEW and TNT drama. We got our best demo rating of 2020. Plus, and their demos sinking, man. They were doing like 0.10s, dude. And in Dave, I don't give a, I ain't this dumb, but Dave and Tony wanted to play this game. Here's a reminder. Check your shirt. It probably says made in China. What's that from? That's like Malibu's Most Wanted or Scary Movie 3 or something. Anyways, though, Tony Khan says, we got our best demo rating of 2020. A new AEW champion, Kenny Omega. An indelible memory with Sting's arrival. I like that, indelible. That's a word I like to use as well. Won the night. AEW 913K. And then post the key demo. And then NXT 658K post the key demo. Now the shoe's on the other foot. Right. And remember, Tony Khan took our guy, Alfred Konuwa. That's my guy. He took his quotes from Forbes being like, Dynamite smashes NXT in the competition. And then he like aired that in commercials, that quote, like during NXT and SmackDown shows and all that during WWE stuff. And it was all good then. But then as soon as the shoe's on the other foot, the key demo posts are gone. The rating posts are gone. Tony Khan talked about Undertaker and Cena not joining a million, like a moron. And then now what? Now these aren't, he's not posting this. He's not talking about the demo rating, right? Because the demo's going down. And luckily, Tony hasn't had any meltdown. It's been like a year and a half now. I've been like, ooh, that Tony meltdown's coming. Didn't happen. And that's fine. But yeah, it's looking bleak, as Meltzer wouldn't say, which we'll cover in a bit. So this was posted here. Superman box office pressure rises as expert says DC has to save Warner Bros. What does Phil tell? Phil don't miss. So that's why you tune into PWT, because I'm the
best guys, Tony Khan.
But for real though, like I done. No, I'm just talking. I got to put myself over here. But listen. I've been beating this drum for like a year and some. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Oh, but yeah, dude, I've been telling you guys what. What does Phil tell you, chat? Write it in the chat. If we want to see WBD in general survive, they're banking on this Superman movie so hard. People are like, AEW's fine. Warner Bros. Are desperate. They just sold that John Cena Acme movie, Coyote Acme movie, to the company that released some other Looney Tunes movie nobody heard of, like the rights to distribute it or whatever. They're desperate right now, and they need this to work for them, or else they're. And I'm telling you, man, comic books, movies, everything with Warner is not doing well. So they need this to work. They're banking on this so badly, and this whole DCU revival thing. And if it doesn't work, man. Yes, Tony Khan might have to start his own network or something. Like, don't be shocked. This is the TV business, man. And when they say like this, Husey messaged me. He's like, I'm more convinced than ever that like the Khans are funding this and putting their own money into this. Otherwise, how would Warner Brothers, if you guys just look into Warner Brothers news, Phil Marks out, that's my other channel, and I'm going to talk about all this. You guys are going to see. Okay. And I've been talking about it on this show, but
allegedly.
Trust me, okay? They're riding on this big time. And I've been saying it before the news guys are going to say it. Anyways, So Ryan Nemeth's contract, we talked about this earlier. They want to keep his contract sealed. They argued, here's a little more context. So they argued that making the terms would cause irreparable harm to their business by exposing them to competitors. Like WWE's going to match your dumb deals. In addition, AEW has requested that a federal court in Florida rule that Nemeth's lawsuit in California Superior Court be moved to arbitration. Nemeth's lawsuit includes claims of breach of contract, intentional interference, and allegation that Phil Brooks assaulted him, among other accusations. So, again, dude, everyone's on CM Punk's nuts, dude. Right? He can't catch a break. They're just all suing him constantly. Like, man, clown world. So, Bryan Danielson reveals he has not signed a new AEW contract, but he's there hyping up All In, Texas, and all this stuff. This is the thing, right? Everyone who thinks like these people are ride or die for AEW, they're not even Moxley. Moxley was walking around their belt without a contract. He would never do that to a company in the 2000s. You would never do that unless you're like, this is cool to do. I swear to God, who would even do that? He came from WWE. You don't do that. A lot of these guys, man, they will go to WWE. You're going to see Jericho do it again. Try and go back there after all that G-talk. Sting, if he pops up. And we covered that whole Sting debacle on the last show. Again, oh, come on now. Conrad Thompson wants to make it about everything except for the wrestlers, but then we'll argue about a healthy wrestling business, Eric. And even though he sells you Blue Chews, it takes all the blood goes down there from the Blue Chews, Eric. Oh, come on now, Phil. That's not very fair to say that I take my own product like that, but I'm here for Lex Luger being inducted by Diamond Dallas Page, but not for Sting, Phil Marks. Here's the problem, too. It's not about you, Marks. It's not about Phil Marks. It's not about Phil Brooks. It's about Lex Luger. That's who it's about, okay? Oh, well, WWE didn't let him. Okay, so two wrongs make a right, like be petty like them. What's the point? All it does is you just say, okay, Sting gets to wear his AEW shirt. And then they either say no or yes. That's how you treat it. Actually, we have someone who fantasy mark books a great swap right here as we're talking about it. And I quote tweeted this and cracked the joke. I was like, I'm sure Conrad Thompson would say, he's here for it, Eric. I'm here for it, Eric. I'm here for Jerry the King Lawler coming in with JR. Why don't they do that swap? Sting can induct Luger. I love this from Wrestling News Co. And they take a lot of L's, man. I roast them a lot, but I like this idea. Sting inducts Luger. Jerry the King Lawler gets to do commentary with Jim Ross for one match in an AEW Dynamite or something like that. Why not? That's a good trade-off. No? Chat, let me know what you think. Speaking of over like Rover, I mean, we might get Don Stevens. We know Drain Bamager won't because they are Don Stevens more than likely, but I'm teasing, of course. But just listen to Toni Storm, her brilliance. Here's a minute plus of Toni Storm being brilliant on commentary during the Megan Baines Statlander match and just in general. And I quote tweeted this and said, you know, Toni Storm and Harley Cameron are worth watching W for. If not for anything, chat, we have to support them, okay? I know we get fed up with some of this, but Tony's stock has risen since going to AEW in my mind. Judas only in my mind, and Judas in my mind. Listen to this, man.
And Ms. Storm would love to congratulate you on the Hollywood ending, the big victory at Revolution 10 nights ago.
Yes, thank you. I also heard Mr. Siobhan had a Hollywood ending, but he had to pay $45 for the for the pleasure, you know.
Oh, that is savage, dude. That's savage.
Now that we're off air,
okay.
Finally, tell you, Mr. Siobhan, I was very pleasantly surprised to see your name pop up in the JFK files.
In the JFK files? How big of a botch? You want to talk about botch? How big of a botch was the JFK files? Oh, so just everything we knew? So the CIA and the mob? Cool. We already knew that.
Yes, I was 3 years old. I
Realize she has some lovely, big, juicy muscles. Where does she live? A Greek restaurant? If she's the Megasis, then I'm the Stormodo dragon. Same tongue and the dry skin.
Come on. Oh, you're saying.
Stormodo, darling.
I'm sorry.
I'd love to know what she's the goddess of. Not speaking, perhaps? Very quiet woman. The thighs on both of these women, they have to have squished a few melons, I'm sure. Those legs are for crushing watermelons.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of anyone named Bane. I get my back broken every night of the week.
Oh my God. I'm not afraid of anyone named Bane. I get my back broken every night.
You what?
Whoa! Holy.
Ooh. Gotta get thrown out. We'll see you later, Penelope Ford.
Goodbye, sugar tits. My God, you're a big bitch.
My God, you're a big bitch. Like, that's the thing. If I called Megan Bain a big bitch, you get canceled, right? But for real. But it's funny because she says that, like, oh, sugar tits and stuff, and just that. It's like she's from a different
Storm would
era.
love to congratulate you.
She just works it so well, man. Toni Storm is just an absolute treasure. So here's the other discourse that everybody's been having. 285 episodes of Dynamite and 288 episodes of Nitro. And so Dynamite's about to surpass Nitro. Out of nowhere, Eric Bischoff's like, I think I'm not talking about wrestling anymore. I don't know if the two are related. However, I will say that this doesn't matter. Like, Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling have had more episodes than Dynamite or Nitro, or so, like, who cares? But this is the problem, is that Tony Khan is so dead set on beating old companies and dead, tired ass companies that are dead.
The best
in the
guy is
grave.
Tony Khan.
And that's why he's never going to, you never gonna get it, because I'm too smooth. You never gonna get it. I thought you knew, but you ain't got a clue. You guys know that song? I feel like that's, yeah, he's just never gonna get it, dude. Why are they so hyper fixated on this? Why are the sickos, and you do see a bunch of sickos celebrating this, and I didn't bookmark them all because it's a dumb thing. It's crazy how Bischoff was like, I'm not gonna talk about wrestling, and this is about to happen. It sort of lends validity, maybe not validity, but some credence to what these cretins are saying about Bischoff. Like, he's just jealous and mad or whatever. And when they surpass Dynamite, they're cooked and all this. The timing's definitely weird. We live in a fun timeline. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Let me know in chat what you guys think about this. Is Bischoff bailing out because they're about to surpass Nitro? I just don't even think, like, it is a pat on the back accolade. But you didn't put up one rating even close, right? You may have drawn some houses similarly, like close. But if we look at like merchandise sales, even like if you look at and stack any of the metrics, oh, we had more episodes. Okay, well then TNA had more episodes than you, right? Like, then they're better than you by that logic. That's not even like a real thing. It's not even like a real criticism. Y'all get what I'm saying? So moving along here. Adam Devine says AEW Revolution was insane, brah, and even better than WWE. So let's head over to Ringside News and let's read the quote here. The Workaholic Star was on the This Is Important podcast and said, I don't know what an insane event. Those guys throw in a real banger. It feels just as insane. In fact, I like it more than WWE events. It's like the WCW in the late 90s. So yeah, you're new to it, bro. Like, Adam Devine didn't know what it was. He gets invited to do this. And that's the vibe everyone gets at first. Oh, it's like WCW. Anything can happen. And then you see a guy get impaled and you're like, whoa, I don't know if that's the anything that I want to happen. He's like, they were putting thumbtacks all over the ring from the very top of the cage. They were backflipping guys on the thumbtacks. Insane. Then you go to the back. There were real thumbtacks. He's picking them out of them. So maybe this sicko. Whoa, Adam Devine's sicko segment. He's a real sicko, this guy. Why don't you sing about it? Pitch. One of the most surprising parts. I didn't think I would have a thirst for it, but now I do. Cool. Well, good for him, man. If he gets into wrestling because of this, awesome. And he was into the bloodbath, so he's a real sicko. This guy, Anna Kendrick. Look out. Do they still make those movies? No, I tapped out after like 2. That 15. So listen to this here. The quarter hour ratings for Dynamite. We'll get into it a little bit more, but they lost. Well, I guess we're into it right now. They lost to NXT. Okay, and Raj Giri breaks it down. There was a 15% drop from the Mox match to Ospreay, and that has to be concerning. You'd expect a drop regardless. Why didn't it go on last? But that much for the guys that's supposed to be your next big star is concerning, and I don't blame Ospreay at all. He just hasn't had a single good storyline yet. Reg, I'll pump the brakes and drive slow, homie. I think he did have, like, him and Fletcher, the story wasn't like terrible. Some of the, like, Mark Davis, I'm a heel now, and then I'm just a bad guy next week. Like, that was dumb and terrible. Same with Takeshita kind of being a floater. But they weren't really, like, they kept jumping Ospreay, and that was dumb. But that's not enough to, because, I don't know, they did throw down in that tournament, no? I mean, it's just their friendship is at the and then the cage. I mean, that was the next step. I was really looking forward to that match. I felt like it underdelivered personally, not to just make it about the match again, but that's just my feelings on it. And I got to reiterate that. And then the story, I don't know, was it good? Yeah, I'd say it's good. You know, it was a perfectly acceptable, like, here's like a light feud for him to have with his brother, former brother, that he's going to end up wrestling 100 more times. Were some of the beats stupid? Yeah, for sure. That's all of AEW. But yeah, the story's okay, I guess. His storytelling in the matches, again, I'm always calling this out. Before he came in AEW, I said, dude, I reviewed his TNA match with Mike Bailey, and I was like, man, you know, Ospreay's awesome, and I like this match a lot, but he's got to stop eating everyone's finish and then giving everyone his finish, because then none of the finishes mean anything. You got to hit 12 finishes. Now you fast forward. Exactly. I was like, dude, it's the same thing every time. Fast forward, everyone's saying it. Same old cookie cutter. Oh, he does 12 flip. It's the same every time. Kicks out of 9 finishes. He said he's never going to do the Tiger Driver. He does the Tiger Driver every 3 matches. So yeah, I get that aspect. Like, his story in AEW's been, but him versus Fletcher, like, that story, I mean, that makes sense. It wasn't dreadful or anything, and I'd say good is how you'd grade that. And maybe you guys are like, oh, come on now, Phil. But yeah, there is a drop. And of course, there was going to be people like, did anyone flip channels? Chat, were you watching March Madness and flipped over to AEW? Tell me right now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was AEW news.
I don't know.
Sometimes in life, you got to be a hoe.
Round of applause for me and you.